What is up, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, captains? We're back. Actually, I'm back. Blaze is not here right now, but I wanted to just hop on and do a quick little video. Minecraft and Mojang just released not a snapshot, but very close to a snapshot of the new update for the 1.18 or the second half of the Caves and Cliffs update. So I wanted to just dive into that and give a quick little rundown on that while it's still fresh and new, and give you a quick overview of that. This is not just a regular snapshot, so I'm gonna go back to the game. So it's not just a normal release. This is, and it's not a snapshot either. It is an experimental version of the game that you download separately through their website. So if you want to go play this, they've got instructions on their webpage how to do that. There's plenty of videos on YouTube for that already, but there's a ton of new world changes. So I can just go over them right here. The new world height is dramatically increased. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's by quite a bit. It's a lot taller and bedrock is a lot lower. And on top of that, there's a bunch of new biomes, as you can see here: lofty peaks, snow-capped peaks, grove, meadow, and snowy slopes. And we'll dive into the game and I'll give you a quick rundown on what they look like. Meadow isn't too big of a change, but some of the other ones have some pretty decent changes, especially to the snow generation. On top of that, there's a bunch of new cave generation, weirdly named cheese and spaghetti and noodle caves. So I don't know who was super hungry at Mojang when they decided to make this update, but I'll dive into what all those look like as well. Those are pretty huge. There's also local water levels and lava levels, so you can get these little oases or oasi, one of the two, and little ponds underground that are at their own level. They're not all spawning at the level of the ocean, which I want to say is level 63, something like that. Anyway, it makes everything look quite a bit different. Also introduced with that is the Lush Caves update. So that's what 1.18 or 1.18, the part 2 of the Caves and Cliffs update is going to be centered around, is the Lush Caves biome underground. This update, or not snapshot, gives a kind of look into what that's going to be. So on top of the different water levels and everything above, 1.18, the new update that's going to be coming out around the holiday time, is basically going to be called the Lush Caves update. This snapshot, or not a snapshot, centers right around the Lush Caves and their entire generation. So we will definitely dive into that and explore it and show how they look. There's a lot of new ore distribution, but I think I'll put out a different video for that. It's a little more complicated and I don't have all the details on that at the moment. But with that said, let's dive right into the game, take a look, and spawn a new world. Okay, before I hop into the game all the way, I just wanted to go over that new ore distribution chart, and this gives us a pretty good idea of what the world looks like, what the changes are to the world height and all that stuff. So right around Y level 0, which is where our world cuts off now, right here there's usually a layer of bedrock and then nothing, just void and blackness and death down here. They're going to be getting replaced with deep slate and cobble deep slate. So that will be all down here from level 0 all the way down to level 64, and then presumably some more bedrock underneath that. But you can see right around there, it just completely switches over. So no more cobble, and this deep slate won't be generating anywhere above 0 from the looks of it either. But they're reducing the air exposure, so the diamonds and gold and all that good stuff, lapis, that won't be showing up as easily when you're caving. So if you're gonna go caving and looking for it, you might have a much harder time now just seeing it exposed to the air. It's gonna take some digging to expose any of those precious blocks in the ores. Same thing for coal. That won't be sticking out the sides of mountains quite as much. And iron has been up. So iron is, right there. It should be able to generate up above the mountaintops too. So yeah, you can see that right there. So it's not just going to be underground. You'll be able to find it pretty much anywhere you find coal as well. So that'll just be a different change. And then now we can just hop into the game. Okay, now I have to create a world screen. So some of my other worlds, you can see I already jumped into one of those, the experimental worlds already. But let's create a new one. What a classic. And we'll put it on creative mode so we can fly around and take a look. And we're just gonna go for it. All the world options are all just plain, nothing special about those. And like I said, it's not a snapshot. It's totally an experimental version of the game. So they give you lots and lots of warnings for that. So we'll just hope our laptop doesn't die here. And that's the other thing I wanted to mention. This is only on Java. It is not on Bedrock. So if you play on Xbox like I usually do, or even just the Windows 10 version of the game, it won't work. You have to have like a laptop or desktop computer and play the Java version of the game for this to work. All right, let's take a look. Nice little forest. See, yeah, that is, I can't tell if that's any bigger than usual. It doesn't look too crazy to me. Last world I spawned into, the mountains right away were absolutely massive. There's a ton of snow, like powdered snow blocks on them. This is a bit of an odd spawn, I have to say. Okay, so here we are. Looks like that is a meadow to me. And that is, pretty sure that's a snowy slope biome. So I've taken a look at a couple of the YouTubers' videos on this too. It's definitely an experimental version of the game. There is some really, really odd looking world generation and biome generation in some of those clips, but this looks pretty nice. So let me just double check. Should be a snowy slopes biome. And then over this way, we've got the meadow. So this looks a lot like the plains biome, so nothing too crazy, but definitely a little bit different, not quite as flat and a lot more flowers. And then down over this way, if you kind of look back on the mountain, this is a lot bigger and steeper than we've ever had in Minecraft before. So I hope that is here to stay, because I really like the look of this. There's a lot of really cool generation just throughout the world. It's a lot more extreme. Everything's a lot taller, a lot bigger. Okay, over here we also have the Grove biome, and this has got a ton of powdered snow everywhere. So let me switch back into creative. I believe I should be falling through that, maybe not. Yeah, snow block, so yeah, definitely not something we've really seen before with, oh, there we go. Yep, falling into it right there. And I've seen quite a few world generations here, even the other one I was spawned in originally, this being a couple blocks, yeah, just like that, a couple blocks deep. So these might actually be pretty dangerous if you're not careful. You could definitely get stuck in those and freeze to death in a survival world. So definitely another thing to be careful of, but see how dramatic this is. I'm not sure if they're gonna keep that the same with how it runs into the ocean and some of the water, or if this is just kind of a bug of this experimental version, if this will be smoothed out with a bit more of a beach. But for now, we are seeing a lot of really steep drop-offs, big cliffs, and a lot of vertical terrain around here. So I'm gonna hop back into spectator mode one more time, and then we're gonna go explore all the underground caves. And I'll take a look at the lush caves and all the underground generation that's been changed. Okay, and you can see that is huge. And this is the absolutely massive, oh, this is in water too. So we got a geode here, but this is just a gigantic cave, and this is nowhere near the biggest I've seen. But even this is huge compared to any general Minecraft world. And right here, we've got all the new blocks, so the moss blocks and glowberries right there. So this is what we're talking about with the other water levels. So there is, let's see if we can see it. The rest of the ocean is way up there, and that's got its own water level. But down here, you've got these mini ponds and aquifers, and there are also some like what called spaghetti caves, something like that. So these long, thin ones that kind of reach down in there. And then the other ones are, I believe it is these. I don't have all the details on that. Call it a cheese cave, because they're just holes in the ground, like holes in Swiss cheese. And see, this is awesome. Right, and let's see if we can get back to that. So this would be one of those lush caves. So you've got those spore blossoms right there. Got lots and lots of moss, glowberries, and a lot of clay actually. So this might be a really good spot to pick up clay. Pretty sure that's clay. Yes, it is. So maybe if you're trying to build a lot of terracotta or bricks, this would be the place to come for that. Although terracotta isn't built with clay. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so these look really awesome. These might be a really good spot to just come down here and hang out, maybe build a little base with some of the naturally spawning greenery. One of the other huge parts of this update, or not update, snapshot, is that there will be no monsters spawning unless there is total darkness. So this is definitely an odd spot for berries. But there will be no monster spawning unless it's total darkness, which means you could place very, very few torches and keep an entire area spawn proof. So let me hop back into creative again. There we go. So let me just get rid of this potion. Oh wow, there's a lot of light coming from over here. Is that lava or is that the spore? Oh, that is the glowberries. So that would mean that glowberries and some other stuff like the glow lichen that is around. Yeah, right here. I don't know if that's glow lichen or not, but that would be able to stop spawns. And anything, even these super dark areas up here that traditionally would just be full of monsters, mobs, zombies, skeletons, all that terrible stuff. This would actually not be able to spawn right here. Let me check the light level. Okay, so for instance, something would be able to spawn here. It is just barely dark enough, but something with just that tiny little bit of light on it. If I put, say like right here or even right there, nothing will be able to spawn on that. Might be able to spawn right here. I think that's dark enough, but definitely a big change. So maybe these places will be a lot more safe to go explore. I have no idea. That would be, I'd say it's a welcome change, but I do like some of the challenge there. Let me hop back into Spectator. I want to show you there are some absolutely massive cave systems. Okay, so we finally found one. This is one of those brand new caves that we can start to, or expect to see a bit more of in the new update. Be quiet. This is absolutely huge, and this is just a tiny part of it. This just keeps going all the way over this way. Follow over, down, all the way through here. I mean, this is just absolutely massive. Got some diamond over there. This might be a really effective way to pick up a lot of brand new ores. Definitely not any place to get cobblestone. It's pretty much only deep slate underground here. A little bit of maybe tough and some ores, but that looks like it's about it. Let me go and get rid of this potion so we can see how dark it is. Yeah, these are very, very dark. This is going to be a challenge to explore in a survival world with just torches, or even, yeah, I don't know what else you would use. Maybe some lava buckets to light up the whole area bit by bit. But yeah, this is immense. So really exciting stuff here, and definitely a big change to the world. It's a long ways up to the surface too. It's just a lot lower than we've ever been before in any Minecraft world. So yeah, it's a pretty exciting area. Really excited to see what they pull out of this, what they keep and what they don't keep by the new update. But that's pretty much it for today. I just wanted to hop in and give you guys a quick update on everything that's new. Yeah, look at that, we found a mine shaft as well. Interesting. All right, well, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, captains, until next time, I hope you enjoyed the little update and the bit of news here, but I will see you later. Have a wonderful night.